matter what that dream is, we just go after it. Your life purpose is a combination of your gifts and your passion, and that's your mission in your life. So that's what DG Infinity is about, and that's what I'm about.
Brilliant. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. So you're someone that honestly, for the past couple of minutes since we were planning this podcast, you
Yeah.
educated me on a couple of things, and one of them being healthy lifestyle. So first of all, of course, after people get a couple of nuggets from this live from this podcast, they would want to know where is that they can follow you, where is it that they can be part of your journey when it comes to social media, where is it that you can educate them, though they might live in America or Canada once you live in the UK. So where can people follow you on social media?
They can follow me on social media on Facebook. They can follow me on Instagram. I am more reachable on Instagram because that's where I'm mainly at, but I'm also on the Instagram and on YouTube. We just need to type at DG Infinity 1 and you'll see this beautiful logo there. That's me and that's it. And you be getting education in mindset, in fitness, healthy lifestyle, into just enjoying your life and just being crazy, living one day at a time. That's it. So,
That's amazing. That's amazing. You're someone that has completed, okay, diet nutrition course. Can you talk to us a little bit about that and some of the nuggets, some of the things you've been able to learn from it? And people on this live, if they would wanna, if this after learning, of course, from today's episode, they could probably decide to go on it. So tell us a little bit about that course and how it was.
well, I was actually encouraged by my close relatives that know me and know how much I'm into a healthy lifestyle and healthy eating. They're like, you should just go and do it. La, 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 la. I'm like, no, because I'm like, no, I don't have the time and the patience to do that. They're like, yeah, you should just go. You'll be great at that, helping people in eating healthily and everything else. So in May or June last year, 2020, during the first lockdown, I signed up for the diet nutritional course online, and I've completed it. It was actually pretty easy for me to complete because obviously I've been into the healthy nutrition for quite some time since I was like 20 or something like that. And especially since supporting my daughter when I was like 24, I really dive into it to help because she was such a picky eater. So I've kind of like taken from there, like literally.
Wow, wow. And when of course we were planning this podcast, you mentioned that since 16, 18, 19, up to even 20 plus, you went through eating disorder. And of course, that was one of the things that because of what you've learned through that journey, you've
Yeah.
decided that this is something you're passionate about, this is something you want to major in, this is something that you want to study. So can you talk to us a
Hmm.
little bit about how people they can struggle from this and not even know about it, just like how it went for you. Can you guide us and explain to us how that's possible?
Sorry, can you repeat that again?
Guide us? Can you guide us? Because you mentioned to me that you've been on this journey of starting from as young as 16. You of
Yeah.
course experienced eating disorders, and you
Yeah.
mentioned to me that a lot of people go through these journeys without
Yeah.
not recognizing. So tell us a little bit about how that happened. And by the way, really appreciate you actually being open about it because I know this is very
It's okay. I like to be open about that because even myself, I had absolutely no idea that I was going through that at that stage,
right.
because this actually started in way young, from way younger than that, like 16. It really affected because I started doing like the vomiting, but it truly, indeed, it started from when I was like 11, 12 years old, because when I moved from my home country to Portugal, I
Mm-hmm.
was this tiny little skinny little girl. And then when I went to Portugal, I started becoming, the life changed and everything. And then I started growing like bigger on the size. And then the comments that the family members and friends would say obviously did not help with my confidence. Like I was growing up and listening to hurtful comments like, you brush it off, you laugh. It's like, oh yeah, they're just joking. But that actually really affected my mental state. So I was like, I'll be like eating, and then I don't want to eat. But I'll be hungry. I didn't want to eat. But then some things happen, and like when I start growing, become like on a teenage and developing, and then I see like my friends, they were all skinny and stuff like that. And I look myself, I feel like so fat and so whatever, ugly. So that turned into me eating and taking everything out. And that lasted until I was like 20, 21. Um, and obviously I was like into very, I used to do athleticism and everything else. I was into my sports. I used to play football, do volleyball and everything else, and dancing. And obviously I started losing a lot of weight and everything else. But it was the comments mainly that was hurtful, that lived in my mind and kind of still live in my mind still today, which
Wow.
pushes me. Yeah, so it kind of stays there. What people don't notice is the comments that they make lives with someone throughout the rest of their life.
Hmm.
So that affect them that way. So in that sense, I started develop this journey through healthy eating and the learning about the food, and start developing the healthy habits with my food. They're developing a positive relationship with the food. So
Wow, wow. And would you say this then, of course, the fact that you fall into this state which you really and truly never had power over, but
yeah.
then you had, of course, comments coming left, right, center. So what gave you strength for you to keep carrying on, though you were hearing close people in your circle speaking negatively and giving throwing comments left, right, center? What how did you look at that? What was your perception? Because a lot of people, they would look at that and that would put them down. But would
Yeah.
you explain to me how that was actually a journey of self-discovery from that moment going on onwards?
Well, those comments and everything and the living through that really put me down completely. And plus, there was other aspects of the life that
Mm-hmm.
also happened alongside, that really knocked me off my feet completely. And I think I started my self discovery like of myself when I was like literally 18, 19 years old, that I actually
Right,
started discovering myself, because I was absolutely, completely, totally lost in life. That put it that way.
right,
So having like when you have friends, but you don't have the right kind of friends, and then when you're all alone by yourself, you don't have like the right kind of guidance. Everyone is dealing with their own issues in their own way, and you're just putting up, like taking everything that everybody puts on you. So yeah, that was thing, like I would just listen. So I was completely down and no one absolutely knew it. I was literally dying inside and no one knew.
okay,
So
okay.
that, yeah.
Wow, thank you for sharing that. Thank you for sharing that. And of course,
So today you can say that I am strong to talk about it, because
mm,
I am strong today. I made myself strong. But back then I was dying inside and no one had no idea. I'll be smiling and dying inside.
wow, you're,
Yeah.
you're 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 literally a warrior. Thank you very much for making it through, and thank you very much for being open to share this with each and every one of us. Honestly, you inspired me today.
Thank you. Thank you. Guess we're having like connection issues. Don't know what happened there. So I'm just waiting for him to come back. Oh, I kind of am, just sharing it out there. Thank you. I'm just sharing it out there, putting it out there. So it's like, put the Instagram on so, you know, people can hear what you're talking about for the interview. It's back on.
Thank you very much for keeping it.
Yeah.
Actually, I was wondering why the connection cut off. The connection just StreamYard completely took me out.
Yeah.
But no problem, no problem. So continuing from what the question I was asking you was, you mentioned to me that people as young as 5 years old could be
Yeah.
going through eating disorder and have no clue. for someone, for example, that is 18, 19 years old,
Yeah.
what advice would you give them for them to know some of the stuff that they're going through? Or so for someone, for example, that's a parent, what would you recommend them to know in terms of what their children are going through? What would you give them?
Like for example, as I mentioned, like for example, as working in a nursery and working with the children younger than 5, I was already starting to see young children commenting about the body, how they look, and everything else, what they should eat, not eat. So from that young age, it's already started to affect them because they are seeing this kind of behavior in the house, and they were bringing it into the nursery and reliving it at nursery. So from this young age, already starting like having this kind of issues. This is already like one of the symptoms, like when the people start becoming obsessed with their body image, how I look, and like constantly worried about how much did I eat and stuff like that. So that's already like a warning sign that constantly. And obviously, as I mentioned to you before, like when it goes like they eat and then they go and vomit everything. So that's another sign, like they eat and they can't keep the food inside. So yeah, that's kind of signs. So when you like constantly thinking about your body image, then it's something definitely to start having concerns about. And nowadays we're seeing this in very very young age now, very very young age.
Absolutely. And also, you mentioned to me earlier when we were planning this podcast, you mentioned to me that social media plays a huge role in that decision. People actually saying, "Hey, I see the Kardashians, I see Ronaldo."
Oh dear me, don't even start me with that.
Talk about that.
Like, because all of that, is it real? Really? No, it's not real. Like you have to be as real as you are, you know? You have to learn to love yourself the way you are, the way you be, like the way you intend to be. Like we are all unique. We are all beautiful in our own way, in our own shape. Like, do we want to be healthy? Yes, we want to be healthy. But do we want to be healthy in an unhealthy way that's going to cause harm to your life? No, we don't want that. Like you can exercise, yes, exercise, but exercise moderately. Don't overdo it. Like you're gonna kill yourself, gonna break your back, you're gonna cause injuries and everything else. No, like you're gonna exercise, cardiovascular, keep it like it's like you're gonna eat. You can eat, yes, eat moderately. Do you wanna cut something from your diet? Don't cut it. Enjoy your life. Eat it once in a while. Don't overdo it, but enjoy it. Like, don't be obsessed about it. Enjoy it. You want to have a burger once in a while? Have it. You want to have a chips once in a while? Have it. Just don't overdo it. Just be conscious about what you eat, what you put inside of your body. Have that relationship, positive relationship with your food. Like, hey, I need this food to give me energy. I need this food to give me the proteins and nutrients and the minerals and everything that I need to be able to continue going. That's why I need this food. And that's why you're going to have, you're not going to self indulge in the food. It's simple as that.
Right. Wow. Wow. And also social media. You mentioned it right. How do we know that what we see on social media? How do we know if that's real? Because honestly, I've done a course on awareness, right?
Yeah.
Health awareness, and I was shocked some of the stuff that people portray on social media, figures that they're not, something that they're not, and a lot of the times, there could be a kid somewhere, somewhere in Asia or somewhere in Africa, and that kid was watching somebody, for example, in Europe or America, and then
Mm-hmm.
they think to themselves, okay, this person is looking like this. But there were pictures that even people that people consider role models, and I was shocked when during the course when they showed me, oh,
The reality.
someone takes advertising picture. This is what they look like. But
Yeah.
can you hear me?
It's cutting off. But that's I normally say, like, this is what you see here is what you get. I'm not going to pretend to be something that I'm not. I'm not going to pretend to be someone that I'm not. I am me. I'm going to be me. I don't wear makeup. I don't do none of that. What is here is just lip balm. That's it. Like, I'm not going to be pumping myself for no one, just for me. I'm not going to be a fake. Well, I guess the StreamYard has kicked him off again. Oh my goodness, it's the internet. Trust me, like it's very, very nerve-wracking to do this kind of thing, especially when it's like your first time doing it. So it's like I don't know what's going on.
Oh, disconnecting again. Well, I'm guessing it's part of the journey. It's part of the journey.
As far.
The technology is absolutely part of the journey. Can you guide me through the frontal lobe? Talk me about it, because I was shocked when you said it
I
earlier.
was shocked about that. Like I was saying, for example, when like the teenagers, when people like, for example, they have the frontal lobe. There's these chemicals that we produce in our brains when we're young, and when the young teenagers act impulsively, like they do irrational things, that they start thinking like, why did I do that? That's because this part here, the frontal lobe, is not developed properly. Yeah, like for males or females, I'm not 100% accurate how old it is, but I think up to 21 or something like that, that starts to develop, like becomes properly well developed. But that's why they like so impatient. They think about, they go, they want to do it then, now, that's it. But that's because that part of the brain is not developed yet. It's still developing. That's why they're acting rationally. So with the youth, we have to be patient with them. We have to give them the guidance what they need, because if we're gonna be tackling them in a harsh way, we're just gonna be doing this crash course with them, literally like boom, that's it. Like you have to go around the things different, because they're hot-headed. This part here is not developed, so you need to know how to go around the things with them. Like you have the parents shouting at the teenagers like, da, 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 I told you to do this, and that. That's not gonna work. They're gonna listen to you. The brain just gonna go shoom blank. Oh, she's just nagging. That's it. Ignore her. Ah, no, please. There she goes, this old woman again.
Exactly.
Because
What advice would you give to parents then in that case? Because you're someone, for example, that's a parent, and
yeah,
you know that your kids, their frontal lobe hasn't been, it's not even there at certain stage. So what you say probably going to go on the left ear and get out on the right ear. For someone that doesn't know that, what advice would you give to parents, for example? And what's your approach method?
I will always say to any parent, no matter how old your children are, because I have a daughter that's going to teenage now, I have a son that's going to be 10, and they're already getting in there. I say, just remember that you were their age once.
Hmm.
That's the only thing I can say. You were their age once. You did these things as well. So put yourself in their shoe. Try to have a conversation with them. Try to see what's going on. Try to figure out, because if they're acting out the way they're acting out, something is disturbing them. Like if they're already having pressure, for example, in this country, like they're having too many pressure about too many things that we don't even know about it. Like don't go and put more pressure on top of them. Try to be their friend, the person they're gonna come to talk to about anything and everything. Remember that you were their age. Don't forget. We like sometimes I say, "Oh, these children are mine." They just go like, "I've been there already. I've done what they did already." So I've done all this crazy business they're doing today. So this is not new to me. I like it. So we have to put ourselves in their shoe. That's it. We cannot forget that we've been there before.
Absolutely. Talk to us a little bit about, of course, DJ Infinity and some of your. What are some of your goals with DJ Infinity, and how big do you want to take it? What are some of your plans?
Oh my goodness, my DG Infinity. The DG Infinity is literally starts from dreams to goals, infinity. Like the infinity means you go at your dreams, infinite times it takes you. It take that dream and you turn it into a goal. That's literally like you follow your
Right.
dreams. That's what it is. So, like I said at the beginning, like we believe in following our dreams, turn our dreams into goals. No matter what that dream is, we go after it. So I'm pursuing my dream. I literally had a dream. I woke up the following day. I was like, okay, DG, how can I play with this? And I created it after a dream. So I'm going after my dream. That's
Wow.
literally what I'm doing. So your life purpose, my life purpose, the combination of your gifts, your passion, and your mission. That's what it is. That's your thing. Like we all have different kind of battles in our lives. I've had my fair share of battles. I'm still having my battles, and I know there's more battles coming ahead of me that
Right.
I'm getting ready. So everything in the life, like when everything in my life was meant to break me,
Mm-hmm.
you know, my relationships, raising my three children, battling my traumas and my anxiety and my depression, because I've been through all of that, you know. Amidst of it all, like I found my purpose. No matter how old I am, I'm gonna pursue it, you know. I'm gonna combine my skills, my abilities, my life experience, my passion, and try and go after it and develop this DG Infinity in a great thing that's gonna help and support anyone and everyone that actually needs this support. Like make it as large as I can. And I
Right.
think my battery of my laptop is going to die.
No problem, no problem. We're gonna wrap it up in a minute, anyways. Thank you very much. Honestly, that's why I admire DJ Infinity and what is that you're doing because of what you stand for, right? Of course I stand for empowering, educating, and enriching the lives of over a billion people. I made that my goal, and of course, when I see someone like you who tells me, "Hey, I took something from an idea to now
Uh-huh.
reality, and I have goals for it," honestly, that inspired me, and that even opened up my eyes even further. For example, looking at in terms of the fitness side of my life,
Yes.
looking into what is that you studied and some of the stuff you've spoken about, as someone that already does, consulting and mentoring with the youth and some other people as well, now I
Mm-hmm.
know what to say to them when it comes to their health, when it comes to the way they look at themselves, when it comes to the perception they have of themselves. Now I know I'm more equipped with basically what is that I'll be able to reply to them. So I really appreciate that. Thank you very much for coming on the call. I know you're busy, but you actually took the time to explain to us the value of health, the value of knowing what is that.
And the value of the mindset. We didn't talk about the value of the
Yeah,
mindset.
let's actually, let's let's actually wrap it up with that. Okay, talk to me a little bit about the value when you actually went on that journey. When did you start?
Sorry?
When did your journey of knowing that everything comes to mindset start for you?
Well, I would like simply say, like, since I was literally like very young, I remember I've always like been very fascinated about the mind
Right.
and how it works, the psychology. I remember like because in Portugal we used to have the psychology lessons, and I used to have these debates with my teacher, literally, and I loved reading the theoretical perspectives. And at some point, I actually wanted to become a psychiatrist because people would say like, "Oh, you'll be like a great psychiatrist." I'm
Wow.
like, "Yeah, maybe I would." This I was like 15, 16.
Mm-hmm.
But things happen, and they didn't go according to my plans, and and I just didn't believe myself at that time. So I was confused as well. So I just like gave up, and I didn't know what I wanted to be. And then I went into arts. Art was another way for me to express myself. And yet, once again, people around me did not believe in me. And I thought that, they will say, like, it's a crazy idea. You're not going to be able to feed yourself and go into arts and this and that, all of that thing. So I completed my year 12, but I gave up in arts. I gave up in my dreams once again. So when I was like 20, 23, when I moved to UK, my daughter, obviously, my daughter was a little bit weird. Like,
Right.
obviously, my children are autistic, so I had absolutely no knowledge about these kind of things, like mental disabilities and everything like that. So I started to do researching, reading about child behavior, child psychologies, and then I like start learning about the mental disabilities,
Mm-hmm.
and I found it absolutely interesting. And in order to help my daughter, I signed up in a course of early childhood development, and then I started becoming like an earlier year practitioner. And I read absolutely everything about mind, cognitive behavior, took on courses, and against the like since 2012, I haven't stopped still today. And since then I've been learning more and more about mindset, how to train your mind, how to change your mindset, and how your way of thinking and life and live in the moment. Like I start taking on the mindfulness as well,
Mm-hmm.
like live in the moment, ground yourself in that moment, and of course me converting to Islam made everything come together. Like it made it easier to follow and to understand as well, because it just made everything made like the perfect sense to me.
Wow. Wow.
But obviously,
Wow.
the
Wow.
mindset is, it is important for us to start developing the right kind of mindset from a young age. Start teaching the children from very young age. That's what I used to do with the kids at nursery. Give them the mindfulness, yoga, mindfulness, everything else. Like the right kind of positive. Our mindset plays a vital role in how we handle and cope with our life challenges. Simple as that. Developing that growth mindset will contribute to developing the healthy self-esteem and that resilience that we need to go on life. This will contribute to how our achievements, how we put the effort in everything that we do. Like this is gonna like build you up. The resilience will help you to face the struggles. For example, when we go to find a job, we might get not like we're gonna get rejected like 100 times. Like
Absolutely.
those 100 times, will you gonna fall down and give up? No, we're not gonna fall down and give up. We're gonna keep on going, like keep on going after. That's the resilience. And develop the positive growth mindset will help us to overcome obstacles and keep learning and developing our new skills. That's by changing the way we think, we can change how we learn. And mindset is being persistent and determined in our life.
Absolutely, absolutely. Thank you very much. And as a summary, honestly, me personally, ladies and gentlemen, everybody that knows me, you know that every single day, okay, every single day, of my life,
Yeah.
I work on 5 areas, and my faith, my fitness, which is my health, my family,
Yeah.
my my
Financial.
and of course my finances being the last one, right? And honestly, having you today as someone that I me personally, as someone that knows a lot more about eating, the right stuff, making sure that the right stuff is going into your body, making sure that you're having a positive relationship,
Yeah.
positive vibe with the food that you eat, which is something new today to me. So thank you very much for sharing all of that. And of course, mindset is a huge thing,
Of
just
course. And
mindset.
another trick for healthy eating, as I normally say, is like the more colorful the plate of food is, the better it is for you. Just play with the colors. Just be colorful. When you see those colors, you'll be happy. you know?
Wow. Wow. Thank you very much, Janan. Thank you, guys. That's a tip from Janan. Thank you very much. Whatever you're eating, make sure you're having different colors in your plate. Okay, that's the advice for.
Different colors. And the challenge yourself, literally once a week. If you never tried one fruit or one vegetable, make it your goal. Today I will go to a supermarket, pick a random vegetable, a random fruit, and I'm gonna try it. That's it. Then you're gonna learn to love them.
Wow, absolutely. One of my favorite mentors, Jim Rome, actually said, living for you to live a healthy lifestyle, it just starts with an apple a day. Just pick that
Yeah,
one.
one apple a day keep the doctor away.
Exactly. So imagine you do that today, and then tomorrow you're like, "Whoa, I done it yesterday. I'm about to do it today too, right?" And now
Yeah, that's
they keep
it.
the away. So thank you very much. Of course, people will be watching this replay. We'll be having Janan quite often in the near future. Thank you very much for sharing some
You're
nuggets.
welcome.
Thank you very much for spending some time with us, ladies and gentlemen. Please make sure you leave in any feedback, any comments, okay, in the comment section. Anything you would of course want us to educate you. This platform, this Mastermind for Success podcast, my social media platforms, and me, we all stand for one thing, okay? To educate, enrich, and empower
Yeah.
anybody that is willing to be educated, be enriched, and be empowered. So with that, said, thank you very much. God bless each and every one of you. Thank you very much, Jan, for being a
Yeah.
guest on our
Thank you.
podcast.
Thank you for having me as your guest. And another thing is, next week I'm gonna have my live on Instagram where I'm gonna be talking about self-harming, another sensitive topic that goes a lot in the youth
Another
and even
sensitive
the
topic.
adults. Another sensitive topic, warning. So you just follow DG Infinity One and you're gonna be able to see it.
Right, you heard that, right? She's going to be doing lives. She does lives on her Instagram. Make
Every
sure
Friday.
you are. Okay, every Friday she does lives on different topics that are very sensitive, topics that people avoid to talk about. Okay, thank you very much, Janan, for all this, for all you stand for all you do. I'm really looking forward to working with you more, learning from you more, and really collaborating with you more. So with that said, thank you very much, everybody,
Thank you.
specifically our guest for today. Thank you very much, Janan.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you. No